Hello and welcome, I'm Lynx, and today me and you are going to sit to continue when winter comes again. Let us get into it, second episode. The house felt emptier than usual, a stark contrast to the festive cheer that enveloped the town. Christmas lights twinkled outside, but they failed to bring warmth to my heart. There is warmth in my heart, there is snow now, so yeah. What a lovely time. Winter needs snow, man. And I like both, winter and snow, so. It was Christmas Day and I was alone. Since my parents had passed away a few years ago, and now being drifted apart from my friends, the holidays only served to magnify the loneliness. I tried to keep busy, but the silence was deafening. The day dragged on, each hour a reminder of the absence of family and companionship. I wandered through the house aimlessly, my footsteps echoing in the quiet. Memories of past Christmases with my parents played in my mind, a bittersweet reminder of what I had lost. Again, I mean, maybe I'm not allowed to say, but I think I would just try to like prepare a Christmas dinner anyway on my own. Basically, I would keep to the routine, even though it would still not be the same sort of thing. I thought about the times we spent decorating the tree together, laughing and sharing stories by the fire. Gee, talk about fancy. I feel like back in my house it was always decorating. Argument. Yeah, and there was no fire. Those moments felt like a lifetime ago. In a futile attempt to fill the void, I turned on the TV to watch some holiday specials, but the cheerful scenes only made me feel more isolated. I tried reading a book, but the words blurred together and I couldn't focus. Again, like, who is paying for all of that? Loneliness was suffocating, wrapping around me like a cold, unrelenting blanket. What? Who's ringing the doorbell? What? Suddenly the doorbell rang, breaking the heavy silence. Startled, I made my way to the door, wondering who it could be. I hadn't expected any visitors. Yeah? When I opened the door, there was no one inside. Huh. Instead, a beautiful wrapped gift box sat on the doorstep, its vibrant paper standing out against the cold grey day. Curious, I picked up the box and noticed a small note attached to it. My heart skipped a bit when I recognized the neat, delicate handwriting. It was from Mai! How does she know where I live? To Kuno-san, a Merry Christmas! The note read simply, yet it was enough to bring a smile to my face. She ran away pretty fast. I carefully unwrapped the gift, feeling a warmth spread through me that had nothing to do with the cold winter air. Inside the box was a handmade scarf. Oh! Its soft fabric a deep shade of blue. It was clear that Mai had put a lot of effort into making it. As I held it in my hands, the loneliness that had weighed heavily on me all day seemed to lift, replaced by a sense of connection and gratitude. I wrapped the scarf around my neck, feeling its warmth. For the first time that day, I felt the spirit of Christmas. Mai's thoughtful gesture had reached out to me in my solitude, reminding me that I wasn't as alone as I had thought. Yeah? She could be more than just a gift, she'd given me the reason to smile. Nice. Good for you, man. As I stood there, the note still clutched in my hand, I whispered a heartfelt, "Thank you, Mai." The cold there no longer felt as biting, and the house no longer seemed as empty. You should try making something for her as well, mate. Even if it's a late gift, do it. Do it now. January 5th, Chapter 3. That was a quick chapter earlier. And I really like the graphics in this game. Hokusei High School. After school. After school. The school day had dragged on, and now, instead of heading home like everyone else, I was stuck with the unenviable task of cleaning the rooftop. The teachers had decided it was my turn, and there was no arguing my way out of it. Rough. But honestly, I like that about Japanese schools. Like the students having to clean the building. I really like that. Out of everyone else in the class, I was usually the one who got picked to clean the rooftop. Oh. It was almost like an unspoken rule, and I never bothered to question it. And almost it? Almost it? What? Whatever. And almost it seemed like a running joke among classmates and teachers. Huh? Grumbling to myself, I grabbed the cleaning supplies and made my way up the stairs, each step echoing in the empty hallways. Also, I feel like it's a weird thought. I would not complain in like living in a Japanese school, like the something that was abandoned or whatever that you could purchase. Renew it nicely. I think it'll be cool. When I pushed open the door to the rooftop, the crisp winter air hit me, refreshing yet cold. As I stepped out onto the rooftop, I noticed the usual expanse of the town spread out before me, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. It was moments like these that almost made the chore worthwhile. Almost. Access to the rooftop is only granted to 2 groups. The Astronomy Club, who uses it for stargazing. What the heck? What the heck? Are we playing this game? The one we played already? That was a banger. With Hime. Yeah, Hime was best girl. Anyway. And students like me who are assigned to clean up here. But today there was something different. Or rather... Oh, I have not mentioned the title, have I, earlier? A Sky Full of Stars. Yeah. I just went straight for the best girl. Yeah, that was a good game. We played it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, anyway, or rather someone different. As I stepped out, I noticed a familiar figure standing by the railing looking out over the town. Mai turned around slowly, her expression softening when she saw me. Kuno-san? She greeted me, her voice carrying a hint of warmth. What you doing up here? Oh, it was her who asked that. What are you doing up here? I got stuck up with the rooftop cleaning duty. Yeah. I hold up the broom as evidence. She smiled slightly. I see. Well,
You're in good company then.
Huh? I approached her, curiosity getting the better of me. What about you? What are you doing here? She looked back out at the town, her eyes reflecting the fading light.
I like coming here after school sometimes. It's peaceful and it gives me a chance to think.
I nodded, understanding the appeal. Yeah. It is pretty nice up here, yeah, indeed. We stood in comfortable silence for a moment, the quiet only broken by occasional gust of wind. I started sweeping the floor, glancing at her every now and then. She seemed lost in thought, her gaze distant. Do you ever feel like the world is... It's probably her asking that, right?
Do you ever feel like the world is just too loud sometimes?
Never mind, I asked that. Do you ever feel like the world is just too loud sometimes? I asked, trying to make conversation. Mai nodded.
Yeah, up here it's different.
I agree with that. It's not just sometimes, it's in general, I feel like.
It's like the noise of the world fades away and you can finally hear yourself think.
I paused, leaning on the broom. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Down there everything is chaotic, so chaotic. But up here, it's almost like time slows down. She looked at me, her expression thoughtful.
Do you have any places like this, Kuno-san? Places that make you feel... calm?
I shrugged, leaning on the broom. Not really. I guess I've never found a place like that. Mai nodded, as if she understood exactly what I meant.
I think everyone needs a place like this. Somewhere to escape to.
Good point. Good point. I should search for a place like that. We fell silent again, the wave of our shared feelings hanging in the air. It was comforting in a way, to know that someone else felt the same. Mai's gaze returned to the horizon. She looked at me, her expression thoughtful.
You know, I sometimes think about destiny.
Destiny? I echoed, intrigued.
Yes.
She continued, turning her gaze back to the town.
How some people are meant to meet, no matter how different their paths might seem. As if there is an invisible thread connecting them.
The red thread of fate? Is that what you mean? I leaned against the railing, feeling its cold metal against my hands. You really believe that? She smiled, a rare sight that warmed the cold air around us.
Yeah, I do believe it. Sometimes people come into our lives for a reason, even if we don't understand it at first.
I thought about her words. The idea of an invisible thread linking us all. It's a nice thought, but there is some kind of meaning to it at all. Mai nodded, her eyes reflecting quiet certainty.
It is. And sometimes we find that meaning in the most unexpected places.
We fell silent again, the wind gently rustling our clothes. I continued sweeping the floor, trying to keep my thoughts in order. So, do you think we've met for a reason? She looked at me, her eyes studying my face.
Perhaps. Or maybe we just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Right place, right time. I repeated, smiling. I like that. Mai returned my smile, a genuine warmth in her eyes.
I'm really glad we met, Kuno-san.
Me too, me too. What's going on? Time passes. What do you mean by that? I just noticed that in the left bottom corner there is literally the title of the game as well. The sun had set, leaving the sky painted in deep shades of blue and purple as I finished cleaning the rooftop. of rooms and dustpans were neatly stuck in the corner, and the place looked almost pristine. I sighed in satisfaction, brushing off the last remnants of dust from my hands. Mai had left a while ago, her presence lingering in my thoughts even after she was gone. I was even able to trade email addresses with her. Yes! Our conversation played over and over in my mind, each word and glance holding more weight than I initially realized. I felt a strange mix of contentment and longing, a desire to understand her better, to be a part of her world. It's become dark. I locked the rooftop door behind me and started making my way down the dimly lit stairwell. The school was eerily quiet at this hour, the usual bustling energy replaced by a calm stillness. My footsteps echoed softly against the walls, creating a rhythm that matched the steady beating of my heart. As I walked through the empty halls, I couldn't help but reply. Our exchange in my head. By the time I reached the school entrance, the night had fully settled in, the air crisp and cold. I pulled my coat tighter around me, stepping out into the darkened streets. The town looked different at night. Quiet. How long did it take you to clean that rooftop, man? The town looked different at night, quieter, almost serene under the blanket of stars. I began to walk home, my breath visible in the chilly air. The conversation with Mai had left a mark on me, a subtle shift in my perspective. Her words about destiny and the meaning of we find in our connections echoed in my mind, making me think about my own life and the choices I had made. As I walked, I found myself smiling. The bond we were forming, the moments we were sharing, it all felt significant, like pieces of puzzle slowly coming together. And for the first time in a while, I felt a sense of hope, a belief that maybe, just maybe, our paths were intertwined for a reason. Well, hopefully. Reaching my house, I paused for a moment, looking up at the star-filled sky. The rooftop had given me a lot to think about, and I knew that this was just the beginning. There was so much more to discover about Mai, about myself, about the invisible threads that connected us all. As I stepped inside, the warmth of the house enveloped me, chasing away the cold. I set my things down and took a deep breath, feeling a newfound sense of determination. Tomorrow was another day, another chance to explore the possibilities that lay ahead. Huh. Mai. Maybe we are destined to be together. Welcome to Men's Thoughts. So true. Ooh, I will not manage to read that in time, would I? Tonight the stars seem brighter than usual, each one a tiny beacon in the vast expanse of the sky. In a way, each star is part of a longer constellation connected by invisible lines that create beautiful patterns. Sometimes I wonder if our lives are like that too, individual moments and decisions linked together to form a greater picture. The night sky holds countless secrets, each star a story waiting to be told, and damn it. Can I? Yes. And in this vast universe, I'm grateful for the moments that connect us, that make us feel less alone. Good night, Mai. I didn't go back. What the heck? I just clicked. So clicking doesn't work, but it automatically fades into the distance. So now we have to wait a little bit. I mean, technically... Alright, it's fading away. And here we go. January 18th, Chapter 4. The weekend? The first light of dawn filtered through my window, casting a soft glow over my room. It was the weekend, a rare respite from the daily grind of school. I stretched lazily, feeling the comfort of my warm bed and the quiet promise of a day without obligations. The cold outside seemed less daunting when I had the freedom to move at my own pace. I checked my phone for any messages or calls from Mai. None appear on my phone. Oh yeah, you are like me, aren't you? She's probably just busy right now. Still, a small wave of sadness washes over me. Yeah. After getting up and making a simple breakfast, I found myself with an unusual amount of free time. I decided to take a walk, something I hadn't done in a while. There was something soothing about wandering through the town without a particular destination in mind. Just letting the day unfold as it would. As I stepped outside, the crisp winter air greeted me. I bundled up in my warmest coat, scarf, and gloves before setting off. As I wandered aimlessly, I let my mind drift to the events of the past few weeks. My encounters with Mai have been unexpected yet wonderful, each one leaving a lasting impression. I smiled to myself, feeling a warmth that has nothing to do with the layers of clothing I'm wearing. I passed by familiar landmarks, the small park where children usually play, now deserted and blanketed in snow. The local bakery with its windows fogged up from the warmth inside. The old church whose bells occasionally chime through the stillness. Each place holds memories, some sweet, some bittersweet. As I turned down a quieter street, I suddenly remember the cat I saw back in December. The same stray cat Mai was feeding after school. The thought of the little creature alone and fending off for itself in this cold tugs at my heartstrings. I decided to head to the same spot where I saw it last, hoping to catch a glimpse of it again. The small alleyway is just as I remember it, narrow, lined with old brick buildings, and surprisingly sheltered from the wind. I slowed my pace, scanning the area for any sign of the cat. At first there is nothing, just the soft sound of my breath and the distant burn? Where did that come from? And the distant hum of the town waking up. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I see a flicker of movement. I turn my head and spot the cat. Its fur blending almost perfectly with the snow. It's curled up next to a stack of crates, looking thin and a little worse for wear. My heart aches at the sight. Hi there. I called softly, trying not to startle it. Aww. The cat lifts its head, its eyes wide and wary. It doesn't run, but it doesn't approach either. I crouch down, extending a hand slowly. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. The cat watches me for a moment, then cautiously stands and takes a tentative step forward. I reach into my pocket and pull out a small piece of leftover meat from the breakfast, holding it out as an offering. The cat sniffs the air, its nose switching. Here you go, little one, it's all yours. After what feels like an eternity, the cat finally decides to trust me. It steps closer and snatches the meat from my hand, retreating a few steps to eat it. I stay crouched, trying to appear as non-threatening as possible. You must be really hungry. I sit softly watching the cat devour the morsel. How long have you been out here? Once the meat is gone, the cat looks up at me, its eyes more curious than fearful now. I extend my hand again, hoping it might let me pet it. To my surprise, it takes another step closer, brushing its head against my fingers. There you go. I gently stroke its fur. See, I'm a friend. The cat purrs, a deep rumbling sound that makes me smile. It's a small victory, but it feels significant. I sit down on the cold ground, letting the cat get used to my presence. As I pet it, I notice how thin it is. Its ribs just barely concealed by its fur. Huh. You need a proper home. I muse, thinking out loud. A place where it can be warm and safe. An idea starts to form in my mind. I've always liked animals, and this little cat clearly needs someone to take care of it. Why not me? The thought of bringing it home, of having a companion to share my space with, fills me with a sense of purpose. How about it, buddy? I look in the cat's eyes. Want to come home with me? The cat meows softly, as if in agreement. I stand up, carefully scooping it into my arms. It doesn't resist, nestling in the warmth of my coat. I feel a surge of protectiveness, determined to give this creature a better life. As I walk back home, the cat snuggles against my chest. I make a mental list of what I will need to get. Food, litter box, some toys. It's been a while since I've had a pet, but I'm excited about the prospect. The journey home is uneventful. The cat surprisingly called me in my arms. Once inside, I gently set it down on the floor. It immediately starts exploring, its curiosity overcoming any lingering weariness. I watch it sniff around, feeling a sense of satisfaction. Welcome home. This is your home now. The cat looks up at me, its eyes bright with curiosity. It meows again, the sound echoing in the quiet house. I reach down to pet it, my heart swelling with affection. Huh. Let's get you settled in. I head to the kitchen to find something for it to eat. But don't overdo it, right? As far as I'm concerned, like, the process of getting basically, you could say, a starving cat into the form, it's not like give it a lot in the, you know, immediately and so on. It's a slow process, right? To like slowly increase the amount of food and so on. Anyway, the rest of the day is spent preparing for my new companion. Not like I'm a cat expert. I don't have cat. I never had cats. I actually don't want cats. I'm just fine with dogs. Dogs are best, man. I make a trip to the store, stocking up on everything the cat might need. When I return, the cat is waiting for me, its tail flicking back and forth in the anticipation. I set up a cozy corner for it in the living room, complete with a soft bed and some toys. The cat seems to approve, immediately curling up in the bed and purring contentedly. Huh. No. Give it a bath. As the day turns into evening, I sit on the couch watching the cat nap. There is peacefulness in the air, a sense of righteousness that I haven't felt in a long time. I realize that this little creature has brought a new kind of warmth into my life, a companionship that I didn't know I needed. As night falls, I prepare for bed, feeling a sense of fulfillment. I glance over the cat, who is now curled up on the end of my bed, and smile. Good night, I whisper, turning off the light. Tell Mai about this. As I drift off to sleep, I feel a sense of peace, knowing that I've made a difference, however small, in this little cat's life. And in doing so, it feels like I found a missing piece of my own. The rhythmic sound of the cat purring fills the room, mingling with the faint hum of the heater. I close my eyes, letting the warmth and comfort of the moment wash over me. Today has been a good day, a day of unexpected joy and new beginnings. As I slip into the realm of dreams, I can't help but feel that, in some small way, fate has brought the cat and me together. Tomorrow is a new day, filled with potential and promise. For the first time in a long while, I feel hopeful, eager to see what the future holds. As I fall asleep, the last thought that crossed my mind is a simple one. Sometimes, the smallest things can make the biggest difference. And in that moment I feel truly content, knowing that I'm no longer alone. Cats seem to find me wherever I go. Oh, it's...
Cats seem to find me wherever I go.
It was her line. Alright. It is time. Oops. It is time to put it to a break. And we'll continue tomorrow. A mini event. That's what we'll be starting off with. So, for now, hope you enjoyed. We've got the cat. I mean, our character over here has a cat. And hopefully we'll take of it a good care. And with that being said, I also hope you enjoyed the episode. As per usual, if you did, you know, consider liking the video, subscribing. If you haven't, always very much appreciated. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow too. Bye bye.